see motor units and we are starting to see the procession. This is now the body of the fallen police officer, Kevin Collins, be escorted from the Arkansas State Crime Lab to the Pine Bluff area. That procession beginning now. You're seeing numerous law enforcement vehicles from Little Rock Police to the Arkansas State Police. We'll just take this moment in here as we watch this procession begin in Little Rock. You are watching live coverage of the escort of the fallen Pine Bluff police officer. It looks like traffic is merging onto Interstate 630. We are seeing numerous law enforcement vehicles from across the area come together today for this police officer, Kevin Collins, shot and killed in the line of duty yesterday. And you see that line continue. It is my estimation that there are now more than 50 or 70 police vehicles involved in this moment. We are going to watch this continue, but I want to try and take another shot of this. This is at University, and you see the police vehicles lined up. We have also seen yesterday when the body was coming into Little Rock, numerous vehicles pull over and park. They're now passing University, and we'll try and follow along here on all of the traffic cameras. This is Cedar. It looks like we have just made it to this stretch of interstate. You're going to see the flow of traffic move in here in just a moment, led by a motorcycle officer. Just repositioned a little bit. We're just taking this moment in as we watch the slew of police cars bring the body of Officer Kevin Collins back to Pine Bluff. You see the numerous police vehicles here that are involved in this escort. You see the numerous marked and unmarked police cars. I am going to allow us to take in this moment. It does appear traffic is beginning to shut down at the Chester Street side. And you see those cars there. That is the end of the escort. Let's go ahead and take our camera that is right here on the side of the interstate. The numerous vehicles involved in this. This is another vantage point. The escort continues on the bottom left. You have what you see on the upper right-hand corner of your screen, more vehicles parked on the top of the overpass. To honor the fallen police officer. It looks like the escort on the right-hand side is beginning from this vantage point. You see the numerous police officers and firefighters standing right here. And if I can, we're going to take this shot. We're starting to see some vehicles pull over on the side of the interstate to honor this fallen officer. Looking at some of your Facebook comments here, Liz saying prayers for the family. Yeah, we're seeing, and let me actually go ahead and we'll take this, we'll take that banner down. You can see the vehicle, now several vehicles, parked on the shoulder of Interstate 630. No less to pay respects. I want to take this moment here. You see, looks like members of the Little Rock Fire Department praying near their fire engine. And here is Interstate 630 near Main Street. What a sobering moment. You see another vehicle parked on the opposite lanes, parked for, this is not something you see every day. This vantage point, we're not going to be able to see it very well. You can see them merging now. So we will attempt to bring up the shot from Interstate 30. We will see this begin, and here it is. We have heard so many people come out to show their love and support for Officer Collins and his family. He was if I memory serves, a member of New Life Church. We'll attempt to bring up the other angle here. Okay, so this is a very, this angle here, you look at the traffic that has stopped in the opposite lanes of travel. All of these people paying their respects to the fallen police officer. That is the end of, that was the tail end of the escort. We'll see if we can, I'm not sure if we will see it from here. Yeah, we can. You see it on the left-hand side. This is near the South Terminal interchange. Traffic merging onto Pine Bluff if you were to take 530. Let me go ahead and just pull up the Interstate 530 camera. I think we have made it to that point. We have. You see the flashing blue lights on the left-hand side as the body of fallen Pine Bluff police officer Kevin Collins is being taken from the Arkansas State Crime Lab to Pine Bluff. This was actually the camera that we took yesterday when we saw the body being taken to the State Crime Lab. We saw numerous vehicles stopping on the opposite lanes of travel. Does not appear to be any traffic at all. Let me go ahead and I believe that's going to be our last camera for a moment. That will be our last camera until we get down into Jefferson County. A true moment of gratitude and respect for this fallen police officer. We're seeing so many law enforcement agencies come out today. We have law enforcement agencies from Pine Bluff, Jefferson County Sheriff's Office. I saw vehicles from the Little Rock Police Department, Arkansas State Police, Pulaski County Sheriff's Office. Saw what appeared to be game and fish, and that is the end of the escort from at least the eyes that we have on the sky. You see traffic, they're now tailing the end of the escort. They are escorting the body of fallen Pine Bluff police officer Kevin Collins back to Pine Bluff. They are now on Interstate 530. And it would appear that there are fire engines now lining up at the Pratt Road overpass. This is a live camera from Pratt Road. It looks like the escort is going to be coming up here. Not seeing a lot of traffic. And it does appear that those are fire engines on the top of the overpass there. So if you are traveling in downtown Little Rock, the escort has moved through the capital city. It is now headed on Interstate 530. The escort will be heading south to Pine Bluff. It appears that they are going to be coming up on Pratt Road here at any moment. And those are fire engines and tow trucks that have lined the Pratt Road overpass. Let me go ahead and our friends at RDOT are really helping us out here with giving us so many different perspectives today. You see the tow trucks that have lined this overpass here. Traffic certainly appears to be thinning out. I can only assume that we are a few just moments away from the escort reaching Pratt Road. If you're just joining us here, we are monitoring the escort of fallen Pine Bluff police officer Kevin Collins. His body is being escorted from the Arkansas State Crime Lab back to Pine Bluff. At this hour, the escort we have seen move from Markham to Shackelford to Interstate 630 to Interstate 30 and now on Interstate 530. I am seeing motorcycles, police motorcycles in the distance there. RDOT has repositioned the camera and we are going to begin monitoring the escort from this camera perspective. They are coming up, it appears, and I know it's hard to see. It would appear that the escort has now made it to the overpass, or they're just coming up on the overpass. We will start to see the flashing blue lights here in just a moment. All right, they're starting to come into the picture here. Just repositioning here again. This is from RDOT. You now see the sea of blue lights. Interstate 530 southbound, heading to Pine Bluff. Officer Kevin Collins is a 5-year veteran of the Pine Bluff Police Department. He was shot, critically injured, and died at 2:30 from the injuries that he sustained during the shootout at the Econo Lodge in Pine Bluff on North Blake Street near the Martha Mitchell Expressway. I'm not sure if Facebook folks want to help give me an estimate here on the number of police cars we've seen take part in today's escort. I can only assume that there's more than 100 police cars involved today. They are on Interstate 530 right now. This is at the Pratt Road overpass. This would be near the Wrightsville community. Yeah, I would have to say that there's probably even more than 100 police cars involved in this. And that is the end of the escort from this camera perspective. Excuse me. And that is where we are at a pretty good point, I think, to wrapping up our coverage here. We